Top of the morning to you. Thank you so much for watching. If you followed our channel at all, you know that we open up these big mystery bags of t-shirts that we buy from our local thrift store. And we have pulled out some pretty cool t-shirts in those bags. But the question has come up, have we ever sold any of them? And if we have, for how much profit? And we're going to show you that right now. Let's go. Alright, so we've been doing this for a number of months now. We've opened up, I don't even really remember exactly how many bags, but at least 30, maybe 40 bags altogether. We don't show every single bag we open up. Some of those bags are just super boring and you guys would not be interested in it at all. So maybe it gives you the false impression that we pull a banger out of every single bag. It's not true. But I will tell you it's probably 75% of the time. So let's get into the list of the different t-shirts that we've sold over the last, let's say 90 days, I think is probably pretty accurate, and show you what kind of money we're talking about. All right, starting out we have this Blues Brothers tee. You may remember from one of our videos. It's not entirely interesting. It just has the Blues Brothers there, and it's definitely on like an 80s t-shirt, but somebody paid us $40 for this tee. We definitely pulled it out of one of the bags, and it was definitely the cool one. I think the title of the previous bag video that it was featured on was The Blues Brothers Show Up or something like that. Super cool, super pumped to get 40 bucks for it when I probably paid $6 to $10 for the bag. Now this next one is really cool because of who bought it and the price. The price wasn't crazy. $40 is not the exact price. That's what it looks like it sold for, but it actually sold for about $22 plus shipping. But what's interesting about this shirt is who bought it. And I'm not going to give a specific name of one of my customers, but I will tell you they are an executive for Fear of God. They are a big time hype beast fashion brand in California. Very, very, very respected and sought after stuff. And this guy bought it. I don't exactly know why. I do know that there are connections in the faith with these guys, so they are apparently some Christian connections, and so a Christian Jesus team makes perfect sense. Still pretty cool sale though. Here's another one, again, did not sell for $39.99 as the little graphic says. It's more like $30 plus shipping, so it's pretty close in the end. But this is a Halo 3 t-shirt, and you might say that's a lot of money for a Halo 3 t-shirt, and you would be right. But that's kind of the way the market is going. Anything Halo 3 and earlier on the Halo series seems to have some pretty significant demand behind it. I've sold several t-shirts similar to this for $40, $50. And yes, it's a little bit cartoony, not necessarily the the game art, but somebody still wanted it for 30 bucks. Here's another one. It's not vintage, but it's a Vineyard Vines Shark Week t-shirt. Sold for about 30 bucks. And yeah, it doesn't have to be vintage to sell. And we, pulled this out of a bag and sold it for 30 bucks and probably paid something like, 50 cents when it all comes out per shirt. And so that's pretty dope. Here's a real surprising one. This Banana Republic tank top. Tank tops don't typically sell for $40, but this one sold within about 2 hours for $40, the asking price. And I don't exactly know why. I know there is a little bit of demand for the vintage old Banana Republic stuff, but did not expect this. I was happy about it, but didn't expect it. Alright, here's one. It's a Rusty Wallace t-shirt. Racing tee, NASCAR, all that stuff is very popular, even among hipsters and NASCAR fans alike. This one actually sold for $40, not the $55.99 that it says on the graphic, but it was a good sale nonetheless, considering I paid so little for it. Here's another not vintage t-shirt. This is a Marilyn Manson tee. This is a Bravado reprint t-shirt, but somebody paid me $30 for it. It came out of one of these bags, so my cost on it is cents on the dollar, and somebody paid 30 bucks. I'm okay with that. Again, this one is on the edge of vintage. If you know a little bit about the vintage t-shirt market, you know vintage Marvel tees are all the craze. And so anything associated with Marvel sort of gets a residual effect. And this t-shirt did really well. And I was happy to pull it out of a bag and happy to send it on for $40. Now, we talk a lot about tourist tees, and here's a good example. This Alaska like salmon tee was a really cool looking silhouette, really cool looking t-shirt from the late 80s, it appears. And somebody actually paid me, it's $25, not $39.99, but $25 for this t-shirt. And I was pretty happy about that because I did not necessarily have huge expectations for some of these tourist tees. And most of the tourist tees will not sell well, if sell at all, but some of the more unique ones like this one will do okay. Again, here's another one. I don't really know much about the Pony brand, but it's, I think, sort of an 80s, you know, maybe Western brand type thing. But somebody paid me $25 for this, and I was plenty happy to give it away because I had no idea how to value it or anything. But it came out of a bag that I think there was a bunch of other t-shirts in, so I got my money back and paid for the thing and made a little bit of profit on top. Here's another interesting one. Movie promo tees do really well. This is by far not the most exciting movie promo tee there is, and definitely not the most exciting movie in the first place, but somebody still paid me $30 for it. Everybody's out there looking for the movie promo tees because that's sort of the next wave, it looks like, in the vintage t-shirt market. And I've had this for a little while after it was in one of the earlier bags that I don't even know if we filmed, but I'm okay with selling it for $30. Here's one that shocked me. Most of these shocked me to some degree because I pull them out of a random bag, but this one really shocked me because I had no expectation that this would sell. And it's an IBM e-business t-shirt with very minimal graphics, very faded, that's how we advertised it, but somebody paid me full price $29.99 for this t-shirt. Don't ask me why, I don't know. They haven't returned it, so I'm assuming all is well, but what can you say? You put stuff up there, and the eBay motto that there's a buyer for pretty much everything, this kind of seems true in this case. All right, here we have some really big bangers. They're more recent t-shirts, and you probably saw this tee right here, this 9 Inch Nails t-shirt that we pulled out of the bag a couple videos ago, and yeah, it sold for $112. I mentioned in the video that I wasn't entirely sure on its value because it's not an original From the Downward Spiral album release or tour. It was produced in 1999, so the giant tag that's on it is a 1999 version of the giant tag. So it was produced before the turn of the millennium, so it's definitely vintage, but it's not necessarily from the original album. I don't know if the person who bought it knew that or not, and they're just trying to be cool. I don't know. I don't really care. I did all the advertising honestly, and they paid me $112 and like $130 after fees and taxes and stuff. Crazy. Here's another really interesting one because this is not a brand. It's not anything particularly notable, but it's a pig in a police officer uniform. And it's probably likely that the person that bought it is going to use this as sort of a derogatory way. I didn't advertise it in a derogatory way, but nonetheless, they paid $60 plus for this t-shirt. It's pretty ratty, pretty disgusting, but they thought it was cool enough. Interestingly enough, it was actually designed, it has a little logo right here, designed by and released by a sheriff's department in Arkansas. I'm not going to ask questions. I just made, $60. All right, and here is the last one. And yes, it's the Church of Scientology. So this t-shirt came out of one of more recent bags, and I had an inkling that it could be something, but it turns out it was. It sold within 10 minutes of listing for a full asking price of $60 plus shipping. It's a late 90s t-shirt from when they were building this building in Clearwater, Florida, where apparently Scientologists go to train their 97 senses and gain superpowers. Again, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know, but you just paid me $60 for it, so I'm cool. Anyway, that is the list. That is certainly not all the t-shirts we sold. There was just a handful of the cool ones that we've sold more recently. And we'll probably do this video every so often just to give you a recap of where some of these t-shirts ended up and so on and so forth. But I hope this was helpful and inspirational and interesting. And if you could like and comment and subscribe, that would be great. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.